Alright, and we're back, and that is a hell of a lot of arrows. Who the fuck else have we got around here? Frost Skirmish, Bit of Frost Soldier, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, the Bit of Frost. You know that entire fucking terrorist cell we've been working with this entire fucking time? Yeah, apparently I completely forgot that they exist. No matter how badass they may be. Okay, never mind. There is nothing badass about this shiny fucking monstrosity over here. But let's go ahead and talk to Aelin, because this guy is already suspicious of Aelin and was perfectly prepared to scream about it right fucking next to her, and she hasn't shanked him yet, so how are you feeling, girl?
But I'll keep an eye on him.
You're really sure? Why? He's Ventrinio! That is all you need to say to know why you should probably just shank him in the ass right now and get it over with. Fine, whatever. Tell me about Dren.
The barrier into Alabastra is a result of a fae named Dren, the defender of pride, or so they say. All I know is that everyone who walks into that barrier falls to their knees and gets cut down if they don't get pulled back out. Everyone except Ventrinio.
What about all the fucking fae? Wait, what is he defending? Alabastra? So anyone who lives in Alabastra never fucking leaves Alabastra. So Gabflow is the most pathetic fucking enemy of all time. He literally never even leaves his own home. He's basically a basement-dwelling neckbeard fuck. Except for the fact that he has, I don't know, crystals for beards, which makes him automatically fucking badass. Is that the only cool thing to his name? Other than that, he's just a basement wanker. Okay, fair enough. I can't wait to destroy him. House of Pride.
The gateway to Alabastra. Until we can find a way through it, Gadflow can send his soldiers through.
I expected you to say a hell of a lot more about that. How can we be so casual about the thing that is probably going to get every single person we have ever loved and ever known completely fucking slaughtered? This is just normal for us, is it? We do this every single day. I mean, I do this every single day, but for the most part, all I can tell that you do is just stand around, changing your fucking vocal cords every single time I speak to you. I swear you have multiple voice actresses, but I'm probably very wrong. Sons of Laz.
Who fight without thoughts. Really just wild magic moving a corpse around.
Well, that's absolutely horrible. What can I do to help?
And keep an eye on Ventrinio. We'll meet you at the field of Huber, to the south. You got into Alabastra.
Fine. Let's get the fuck out of here. Are any of you actually interesting? Oh, you look... Okay, never mind. You look nothing like him. I thought you were, the leader. I thought you were Sidon, because I remember him having weird-ass clown hair. But then I remembered, no, he has the horrible tentacle mass of shadows or whatever the fuck that's just living on his head. And I've just realized that this isn't the end of this island. Why can I go over here? Is there god-tier loot just hanging around here only for the people who can bother to search around? No, just 3 Sons of Laz. How very, very exciting. Larry has had so many fucking babies, it is insane. Please, sir, calm down, give your wang a rest. It's just a dead gnome. Why? How did you get here? That's gotta mean something. I was hiding from my own orb of doom, apparently. I don't know why that thing could have reported me for a crime. Imagine, for one, that has been conjured purely because of me. That is basically my son, and I control everything it does. And that thing was just perfectly willing to turn me in for whatever fucking crimes I decide to commit in front of it. I mean, I don't know what god is going to listen to the orb of light that's just shown up out of nowhere and literally can't speak. But whatever, let's not question it. Let's make our way back through the Shadow Walk, which we can apparently do without fucking escort now? What if I open my eyes? Oh, wow, thanks. You're really making me feel better about this hellish situation. Why is it already hopeless to you? Surely that's the one reason that we actually have hope.
It's off to face Dren, is it?
Maybe that's why it's so very hopeless. I can ask you a hell of a lot. Starting with Foe's Hearth, which, if I remember correctly, is where these lovely little terrorists like to hang out.
Legend says it was where the first alliance between enemies was formed. And we Fae do so love to repeat legends, don't we?
I love that you just hate your very existence so much. You despise yourself and your entire kind, and for some reason that inspires a load of love for you and everyone wants to follow you. All the emos in the world just trail behind this man in the world's saddest conga line.
Dren is the defender of the House of Pride. He may help the Tuatha, but he doesn't serve them.
so he really couldn't give less of a fuck whether or not they exist. He may help the House of Tuatha purely because they are using him, they're working around him, and he just happens to be in a very, very useful place, but does he allow people out? Surely he defends both sides of the barrier. Imagine having to walk past that giant fucker. Is he just a fae? Is he just a really overpowered fae? Or is he some kind of horrible abomination that you've conjured up? Also, please stop winking at me. I'm not into you. I only have eyes for a goth. And occasionally the naked elf lady, but mostly a goth. House of Pride
gave us our greatest leaders and most brilliant witches. And what's more, they were blessed with our defender, Dren. With Dren in his house, it could never fall. But we never thought it would succumb to the Tuatha's corruption.
But why not? How can we fight this giant
Isn't that
bastard?
why you found that gnome? I certainly don't intend to bury Dren in bodies.
Sounds like it would probably
What
work,
did
though.
you do
How much do you
with
weigh?
certain death?
Actually, you know what? You kind of look that I could probably lift you up with a single goddamn finger. All the Fae are just paper-thin, weird-ass looking, jagged creatures. You look like you're mostly full of helium, to be honest, so, yeah, I don't think that's gonna help a whole lot. What's that? A pile off in the distance? Sorry, I can't even reach for some reason. You're right off the hunter. I don't know why this is just cut off. Apparently that's the end, even though it looks like it leads into there. Oh, I'm so confused by everything. This is not allowed. Where do I need to go for the... Oh my god, it's called the Weeping King. Does that mean we get to meet the Weeping King? The ultimate sad boy? I think it might. And I have been looking forward to this ever since we met the Winter Fae, or most importantly, the House of Sorrows. That's way more important than saving the world. That is way more important than Dren, or whatever the fuck his name is. And how quickly are we making our way through Cluracan? There are so few side missions in comparison to anywhere else in the entire game. And I'm not really against it because it makes our time in Cluracan feel really urgent and it flows very, very nicely. But at the same time, man, like, I want to know more about the Winter Fae. I want to hang out with as many as I possibly can. And not even just the Winter Fae, but the dudes who are brave enough to come over here. The mortals who actually have the balls to step into this terrifying fucking hellhole for some reason. Oh, I'm still on the coast.
The
Oops.
plates of fey-like scrolls decorate the life's guard of
What?
this imposter. It says, I am like you, Fey Spirit, and shimmers with a brilliant gleam. This cuirass of the Fey Hunter.
Ha. Queer ass. Oh, what the fuck is this? Why have I found the goddamn hot tub of fate? What even is that? It doesn't look like water. Just gaseous spunk flowing through the bowels of the earth for some reason. I don't know how you got it so hot. I would have... Is cum flammable? Because I would have assumed it... I doubt it would become a gas. I feel like it would just burn right before your fucking eyes. But this is not a conversation I expected to be having today. And I don't even think I want to know the answer to whether or not cum is flammable. Because I feel like that would make me very, very experimental in all the wrong ways. Hello? One guy. How is this bridge even staying up with you on it? I get it, I guess it's like Fey architecture, it's probably surrounded by magic and everything, but all the magic in the world cannot defend these thin-ass, tiny little baby planks from your massive, ancient, obese ass. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here, shall we? And we will charge down Private Janara and a random Alpha soldier that for some reason has a mission. They couldn't even be bothered to name you, yet the game wants to make you as important as anyone else? Okay, well, oh no, it's this guy. And you are Ancilla. Droon Ancilla. And Lady Ancilla? Private Janara, we have no idea who you are, but I guess you're probably maybe sort of kind of worth talking to.
Lyria, I know you. That's right. The last time I saw you was when you dangled from the Baylor like a drop of spittle on a Bolgan's chin.
I don't think I did that.
The
I
hero
don't think I
of
did that at
Nelson
all.
Shear. I'd know the face anywhere. Let me
Dangling
guess.
out of the bastard's
Yarny
mouth is
has
not
you
heroic,
out
which is
here
why
on
I didn't
special
do it.
mission. Me, I'm just trying to live through the nights, trying to find a bit of time to myself to explore.
I wouldn't have minded dangling something into his mouth. That feels like the ultimate disrespect and honestly a bit sexual assaulty, so maybe not. Maybe he deserves it after literally shattering his way through 1 billion Alpha lives, but at the same time, maybe I'll just stick to the magical spear going into his arse. That's probably more than enough of punishment for him. It wasn't even into his arse, was it? It was like in the one arm, in the other arm, and in his giant, horrible eye of fire. Tell me about the dolls. That's not what I want to see when I get into a fucking conversation. What is this about? What have you been doing with the blow-up monstrosities? Just tell me about the Alpha army and I'll try and ignore that for as long as possible.
After you put the dagger into the Baylor at Melson Shear, the rest of us were sent in to mop up the mess made by the Tuatha. We keep pressing south to Alabastra.
And what mess are you mopping up? Because I feel like I've done all of your work no matter what. Every single band of Alpha army boys that I come across, they're just sleeping. They're just sitting in their tents having a lovely, lovely time. I mean, some of them have got their limbs lopped off. I can kind of understand them. They can just continue their stump wank in peace. Like that one awful, awful fucking medical man that we came to. I never want to see him again. That was traumatic, and I'm not even going to mention what the fuck we saw there. But, everyone else, I mean, you're perfectly intact. I can see every single one of your limbs. And you just sit here, talking about dolls. Okay, I'm sure that'll really strike fear into the Tuatha. Gadflow is pissing himself as we speak. Whatever, Lady Ancilla.
Was driven mad by her isolation out here on the Cked coast.
Yeah, just call your queen a hag. Let's see how that goes for you.
Smothered him with her chamber pillow. After that, it was only a matter of time until every last breath of reason blew out of her. She made the dolls, and they became her new family.
Oh, I really did not need to know that. I thought you were just playing with dolls, and you were like the most childish creature ever to behead a Tuatha in the entire fucking world. But no, that's so much worse than I ever expected, and dolls are terrifying in the fucking best of situations. Southern Lights, I guess.
Magical auras that float across the Cked coast at night. No one is sure.
There better be a mission about
or
them.
how they got there, but I hear they're beautiful.
If I'm expected to figure this out on my own, I'm gonna cry, because there is a massive chance that they just do nothing and people are mentioning them just because they look pretty. But I would probably end up spending an entire session trying to hunt those fucking things down because I'm so determined never to use a guide in my series that, oh my god, it would just end up with me doing that for decades, wouldn't it? Only to realize they either lead to, like, 3 lumps of gold and maybe a terrible heavy armor that I'll literally never be able to use because I'm the flimsiest little bastard of all time, or it just leads to literally nothing. Which is that sadder? I don't know what's sadder, to be honest. So tell me about yourself, Uda Janara.
From the plains of Erithil, from Colne. My family moved west
Oh,
after
cool.
the invasion, but I chose instead to fight. I think about them every day.
Janara. Do I recognize anyone with the name Janara? If not, your family's probably dead. Why do you want to explore?
Really? You know where we are, don't you? This is the Cked coast, land of the Alfar lords. Ancilla and Gastir, the Southern Lights, the Lady's Children. You really
You want to shut the fuck up, bitch?
This land
Let me
is home
feel
to
smart.
many mysteries and supposedly many treasures as well. My favorite, the Lady's Children. They're a collection of frond-leaf dolls, very rare, very valuable. Legend says they were lost in the invasion. I'd go out in search of them, but duty calls.
So, is this Lady Ancilla that we know about from Gastir's letters? Because she didn't seem very insane then. She seemed like the ultimate mega bitch from hell. But she did not seem like she would end all of her children and rebuild them out of mud she found on the ground and the occasional chunk of grass, you know? So, what the hell's going on here? And how come there is an Ancilla, who's probably a general of the fucking Alfar army, just sitting over there? Why wasn't he smothered? He clearly deserved it. Tell me about the dolls.
Lady Clary was the last bride of House
Clary?
Ancilla, and insane. They say she spoke to spirits and that she smothered her own infant child. Her only love was a collection of dolls, a love that bordered on obsession. She took them everywhere, gave them names, and even slept with them at night. Most
Who
scholars
married
believe
this
that the
psycho?
lady's children, as they
Why?
came to be called, held some special meaning for her. But what?
I get being into crazy girls, but you should probably draw the line at murder, especially child murder, you know? Held some special meaning to it. Is this just a task? Because this seems like the most interesting fucking task in the entire game, and if it's just like, bring me 400 and I'll pay you nothing, then I'm not gonna do this.
Do that? Even with all the other more
This better be an
pressing
actual
matters at
mission.
hand? My sister is not going to believe this. The hero of Mel Senshir.
I'm sure she doesn't even know who I am. She's in the plains.
Hands when her family was murdered. So I was just going to look around the ruins.
We going together? Oh, I fucking hope so. You're pretty cool. Ancilla
All I know is that
dolls.
they're fashioned from brittle frond leaves, and that the Lady Ancilla kept them close at all times. I suspect there was something inside them.
Is it body parts? It's gonna be body parts, isn't it? But then they would... I mean, is no one gonna notice the smell? The pretty little flowers concealing the monstrosity. Is that really enough to stop the smell? I doubt it. Where are the dolls? We already know where the dolls are. Please tell me you're not a task. It's a side quest. Fuck yeah. Lady Ancilla's dolls. Well, we will get to that very, very soon. But not before I literally... okay, let me try that again. Not before I annoy literally everyone in this entire camp. Starting with Drew.
I know who you are. And this is a safe place.
Not with that horrible smile, it isn't.
Captain Drew Ancilla, great-great-grandson.
No, you've already
of Varani
violated me,
Ancilla,
sir.
And heir to the Cked coast. Unlike the Tuatha, I am a gracious host. Please, come, warm yourself at our fire. Anything we have to offer is yours.
Does that insanity happen to have been passed down through her vag and into her children? It's very, very possible. And that smile is lending so much credence to that fucking belief I nearly said. What would I can't think of words anymore. I don't know why I said credence in a random Let's Play video, but sure, look at my cool vocabulary. Isn't it sexy?
Trickling in
Alpha
from the drowned forest in isolated units. Not a cohesive front, which is a problem. The geography, the foliage, it's a logistical nightmare. Captain
It's also
Trav
your
was able to
home,
force
so
a
stop
wedge into the
complaining.
Tuatha defenses, enough to slip into Alabastra. But breaking through is one thing, holding the line is another.
I'm sure you can do it. You came prepared with your horrible elbow pads. Why do you look like this? Why can't anyone else look as cool as me? I mean, it's mostly the face tats, to be honest. I mean, you gotta be a SoundCloud rapper these days if you want to stand any chance of being borderline cool. No, because they're all pathetic. Caled Coast.
Strange how small it all seems now. Almost like we were all playing at being lords of this land, and that we never had any real power. Even now I can feel it. The darkness. The place doesn't want us here. It never has. Why else would such tragedy have befallen my family? Every dark corner is cursed.
Because your nan was insane, dude. That's a pretty good reason. It's hardly surprising. The entire place, I mean, it is very much cursed, but I doubt it, I doubt it fingered your nan's brain that much. She did that herself. I mean, it wasn't really her fault, but still, tell me about yourself,
I was only 10 years old when the Bolgan came. All I remember of this place are scattered memories. My mother's screams. My father's blood on my boots. I've devoted every coin of our family fortune to the war effort, knowing that one day I'd return to the coast and reclaim what was mine.
Maybe I can help you with that. Since this is worded like an actual sentence, I get the feeling that that is going to show up in the blue option, so we're going to go with
I fought
you.
countless battles and survived an interminable siege to return to my native land. Nostalgia does not drive me. I am here for what's rightfully mine. But taking my place on the throne will not be easy. Before he died, My father hid the symbols of his station so they would not be stolen.
Oh my god, have I really picked up 2 fetch quests from this place?
My father's royal medallion and war chakrams. Without them, I am nothing but a soldier.
Oh, okay, so just basically defecate on all of your friends around here and act like they are nothing. Like, I get nobles have like some level of coolness and all that, but you don't have to ask fuck all of your friends to get there. Tell me about your house.
Was a lush, vibrant domain ruled by my father and his brother Port. It had been in our family for generations, and our subjects were a peaceful people. Of course, the Gastier family was constantly claiming the land as their own, going so far as to build a castle that looked down upon us. Looked down on us.
I mean, I don't think they did it for that reason, buddy. I feel like they probably just wanted a lovely little castle. Actually, no, to be fair, the Bardman did tell us that they absolutely despised you, assuming you were the little merchants that had, built on their land. Yeah, from what the story said, the Gastiers were just fucking arseholes through and through. I mean, not nearly as much of an arsehole as your nan, she is an unforgivable scumbag. But other than that, I mean, I don't know, I guess I'm sort of on your side. What are the blades and the seal?
Was forged by my great-great-grandmother, the first Clarion Scylla,
Grandmother.
mother of the cked nobles. She crafted it herself from scarab salts and terrenium. The verdant blades belonged to my father. He used them in the many battles fought to secure our borders. They have no equal in Cluricon, or anywhere for that matter.
Doesn't verdant mean green? Who the fuck wants a green sword? That doesn't seem very intimidating. That looks adorable. It looks like a fucking kid's toy. Like the fucking medieval terrifying equivalent of a Nerf gun. You're not scaring anyone, Droon. I'll get him.
Volunteer. Getting the heirlooms will be a challenge. You see, they are held in a family lockbox, the key to which is not in my possession. As for
And
the key,
where might that
I made a
be?
mistake. I was young, foolish. The night before the Bolgan came, I gave the key to a girl. She was... how can I put this? My childhood love. Her name is Hilared Gastier. Yes, a Gastier.
Oh, no way!
A sworn enemy of House Ancilla.
Oh, fuck yeah!
It was a gesture. I meant to show her what she meant to me. But now, she has what I need. If you can convince Hilared
Child,
to
you
give
is
the key,
stupid.
you will need to retrieve the items from the lockbox in the old family fortress of Seawatch to the east. Good luck.
Also, what kind of child, self-confessed child, makes massive fucking grand gestures like that just to get your dick wet? You said child, not teenager, although teenage love would sound weird. But like, what, so you were 10? And you're like, oh here, have my dad's giant murder weapons. I'm sure you want that, 8-year-old girl. No, the 8-year-old girl doesn't want to kill people. I mean, she very much does now, but she probably didn't before. Tell me about Hilared.
To see Hilared again.
Oh, you can. I saved her life many times.
Comes first.
Oh my god, intertwined side quests make me so very happy. Wait. You've been searching for these dolls. Basically, ever since you got here. There's one up here on this very, very blatantly obvious corpse who just wanted to sunbathe. Sunbathe to death by the looks of things. And you didn't notice this one right here. Okay. Absolute goddamn genius. Now, I'm a little bit worried. Because, before I started this session, last night I was trying to delete, like, a ton of fucking files just to make room for more sessions. So I was, like, getting the thumbnails, then deleting the video files and shit like that. And I'm just really worried that maybe I didn't empty the recycle bin. So maybe, just maybe, my hard drive's about to fill up and we're gonna lose all this video. So I'm just gonna check that real quick. And I guess in the meantime, I can go ahead and sell a load of shit just to make this jump cut actually worth something. So, thank you guys so much for putting up with my stupid unprofessionalism. And I will see you real soon. Mwah.